Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Today is part 3 of my hockey card collections. So we made part 2 last week, same with part 1. They both are up on the channel. So if you haven't watched them, go watch it after this video. You don't have to watch them in order. These are just completely random. I don't have certain cards in one video, it's just completely random. So we have multiple teams included in this video. So maybe you'll see your favorite team in this video. But let's just get right into the video. Starting off, we have a Moritz Seider card of the Detroit Red Wings. So there's Seider. That is the front of that hockey card. And the back of this hockey card right there. Moving on, I have a Gustav Nyquist. This is also a Red Wings card. I promise you they're not all Detroit, but the first two are. There's Gustav Nyquist, that's the front, and now the back. Next we have a Brock Boeser Vancouver Canucks card. This is an MVP Upper Deck card here. That's the front of this card. And here is the back of that card there. Moving on, I have a Andrei Svechnikov Carolina Hurricanes card. It's another MVP Upper Deck card. That is the front of this Andrei Svechnikov. And there is the back of this hockey card. Moving on, I have a Connor Zary of the Calgary Flames. That is the front of that card. And now the back of that card right there. I'll try to zoom in so you guys can see, but that is the back there. Moving on, I have a Bo Horvat MVP Upper Deck card of the New York Islanders here. That is the front of this hockey card. And here is the back of this hockey card. Moving on, I have an Alexander Radulov Dallas Stars Upper Deck card. It's an MVP Upper Deck. There's the front of that hockey card. And the back of that hockey card there. Moving on, we have a Dominik Kubalik Chicago Blackhawks card, or Kubalik, whatever you want to say. There is the front of this card. Try to get close so you guys can kind of see all the details. There's the front and the back of that card. Hopefully you guys can see all that. I have a Yevgeny Dadonov Vegas Golden Knights card. Has him in the corner there and also him on the ice. That's the front of this card and the back of this card there. Moving on, I have a Zemgus Girgensons card of the Buffalo Sabres. There is the front of that card and the back of that card. Moving on, I have a Brent Burns San Jose Sharks card. There is the front of that card, Brent Burns. That's the front. And now the back of that card there. I now have a Vincent Iorio Calder Cup champion card. If you haven't watched the previous two videos, I basically described that I love having these cards because it brings back memories of when they won the Calder Cup in 2023. I was up till past 2 a.m. watching this team win the Calder Cup, and so to have these cards brings back great memories of that run. A day that I'll never forget when they won the Cup. I was actually at the Game 6 watch party in 2023. They lost like 5-1, 5-2. And I didn't expect them to win Game 7, but they did. I'm glad it wasn't at Giants Center and that it was at home, because it would have been nice to be there, but I would have been exhausted because I wouldn't have been home till probably closer to 3-4 a.m. So I'm glad I was able to watch after the comfort of my own home and see them win the Cup at home rather than at Giants Center. But I mean, obviously, I wish I was at home game and that I was there, like in person where that game is being played. So moving on, we have a Dmitry Kulikov Winnipeg Jets card there. That is the front, and this is the back of that card. Moving on, I have a TJ Oshie Stanley Cup champion card of the Washington Capitals. That is the front of the card, and this is the back of the card there. I now have a Philip Gustafson Minnesota Wild Upper Deck MVP card. First goaltender you're seeing in this video. I think also not the only goaltender, sorry, but yeah, you'll see first just a few. There's not many goalies featured in this video today, but here's the first one. Front, and here's the back there. We got a Rickard Rakell of the Anaheim Ducks. This is an Upper Deck MVP card as well. That's the front of that card. And there is the back of that card as well. We have a Rick Nash Boston Bruins card. This is an MVP Upper Deck card as well. Rick Nash of the Bruins. That's the front. And here is the back of that card. We have another Boston Bruins card. This is David Krejci. That is the front of this card, and here is the back of that card. I have a Cali Jarnkrok, probably butchered that name, but that is who it is. There's the front of this card. Try to get my finger. That's the front of the card for you guys. The front, and here is the back of that card. Having Anthony Duclair, Florida Panthers. This is an MVP of the Upper Deck series here. That's the front and the back there. Have a JT Compher of the Detroit Red Wings card. This is another MVP of the Upper Deck collection. Got a lot of Upper Deck cards in my collection. There's the back. Still got more cards, so you'll probably still see part 4 coming soon. Another Stanley Cup champion, this time Tom Wilson. There's the front, and there is the back. Now, in case you can't read that, I am going to read what it says. It says, Wilson opened the division finals with a 3-game point streak, totaling four points, all helpers, and a plus 4 as Washington took a 2-1 series lead over Pittsburgh on the way to advancing to the Eastern Conference Finals in 6 games. That is what the back says there. So there's the back there. We have a David Perron St. Louis Blues card up next. That is the front of this card. As you can see all the details. That is the front. Now the back of that card there. Moving on. Another Calder Cup champion card, Mike Scarbosa. Now, he just recently signed with the Texas Stars, and the Bears do play the Stars this year, so we will be seeing this guy at Giant Center later on this year. There's the front and the back of that card. I might as well read this to you guys as well. Entering 12th year pro, 6th year with the Bears, led Hershey in regular season scoring and helping and assists. And so that's what it says on the back of this Scarbosa card. That is what it says right there. You guys can see it for yourselves, but yeah, that's what it says there. We have a Dylan DeMello Winnipeg Jets card. There is the front. Lighting in my room's kind of bad, so it might be harder to see these, but that's the back. We have a Jonas Korpisalo card. That is the front of this card and the back. Gotta flip it the other way so you guys can see the back. It's just sometimes how they make these cards can be weird. Got a Chris Tierney of the Ottawa Senators as well. Some more Sens cards, in case you're a Senators fan, which I don't know if anybody of my subscribers is a Sens fan. I know I have a Flyers fan, a Stars fan, Capitals fan, Rangers fans, like those teams, but I don't know of anybody that's a Senators fan. Got another Hurricanes card, Brett Pesce or Pesce, Carolina Hurricanes. That's the front of this card, and the back of this card there. We're getting closer to the end. I have a Blake Wheeler Winnipeg Jets card. That's the front. And the back there. Moving on. Got a Mark Scheifele Winnipeg Jets card. The front. This is an Upper Deck MVP card as well. The front and the back there. Got a season highlight card here for the Washington Capitals after winning the Cup in 2018. I will read what the front says and also what the back says. So the front says, Burakovsky scores twice. Holtby registers a second straight shutout to lead the Caps to a win in Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Final. That is what it says on the front there. The back says, Captain Alex Ovechkin opened the scoring. Andre Burakovsky added a pair of goals, and Braden Holtby recorded his second straight shutout with 29 saves. His Caps beat Tampa Bay 4-0 in Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Final to reach the Stanley Cup Final for the first time since 1998. That is what the back says there. Got more cards. Moving on, we got a Ryan Donato of the Seattle Kraken. We got a Jesper Bratt of the New Jersey Devils. Front back. Got a Sebastian Aho of the Carolina Hurricanes. MVP Upper Deck there. That's the front. And the back there. Got a Pierre-Edouard Bellemare card for the Tampa Bay Lightning. There's the front of that card for you guys. And there is the back of that card there. Got a Ilya Mikheyev Vancouver Canucks card. Front, back, there you go. We got a Robbie Fabry Detroit Red Wings Upper Deck MVP card. There's the front, and there is the back there. So you guys can read all that. You should be able to. There's the back. Down to the final till. I'm gonna show this one first. We have a Lucas Raymond card. Pretty sick. Don't know if I've shown you this yet. Can't remember if I showed this in part 1. I don't believe I did. So there's the front, and then the back there. I'll show it the front again, just because it's sick. So there's the front there. And the final one, it's a Ice Battles Upper Deck MVP card of Matt Boldy of the Minnesota Wilds. There is the front of that card, and there is the back of that card. So those are all the cards in today's video. Part 4 will be coming up soon. So thanks guys for watching. Really appreciate it. Thanks for 50 subscribers. I'm planning to start live streaming here soon. Once YouTube allows me to. But see it. Thanks guys for 50. Appreciate it. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.